Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. Well, our weekend weather forecast is looking pretty good. High pressure is rolling in, but next week at the start we've got another low developing across the country, and then after that another high. So there's a lot going on. Here's Friday's animated wind map. High pressure dominates out in the Tasman Sea. That is moving in towards us. There's a bit of a cooler change in many parts of the country, especially the north, which has had some very hot, humid days over the last week. It's certainly a little more refreshing now, but the warmth is going to come back as we go in towards the weekend. And you'll notice just around East Cape, it's more of a southeasterly wind. And that's bringing in just a couple of showers, which you can see here on Saturday, lingering around that northeastern corner. Otherwise, the high is rolling in. It's mostly dry, it's mostly sunny. There will be a few cloudy areas still lingering around the west here because there's still a very light southwest breeze that's slowly fading away. Should be mainly sunny though in the eastern areas. On Sunday, the temperatures start to lift in some of the east. We've got a bit of cloud down here, but these winds are pretty strong and blustery. They'll be gale force around the mountains and ranges. And in the North Island, that westerly will be blowing through and lifting the temperatures over 30 degrees. So it's going to be a beautiful sunny weekend around places like Hawke's Bay, for example. And look how calm it is in the north here. After a bit of a windy week, now the high rolls in, pretty calm and settled. And it should be a fairly mild afternoon as well in the north. But yeah, pretty windy stuff going on around the South Island as we go through Sunday. Once we get into Monday, we've got a new developing low. This is partially being formed by the remnants of Cyclone Kelvin, which is leaving Australia as we speak. And then this will form on Monday into this new area of low pressure, combining with a southerly on this side, a northwesterly on this side. Therefore, the temperatures in the North Island are going to lift up again on Monday. Another hot day for the east, but also in the north, just that humidity coming back a wee bit. It's not going to be really bad as it was perhaps a week ago, but it could still be fairly high with those humidity levels. And on Tuesday, the rain clouds come through. The low is quite deep off the east coast there, drives another burst of rain into Dunedin and other eastern areas. And then we've got a change to southeasterlies. That will make for a sunnier change over on the west coast. And look what's waiting in the wings, another high. In fact, this is how we look for Wednesday. High pressure starts to move back in again and low pressure starts to move away. The tropics are getting a bit more active again. I think once we get into March, we'll be looking back towards the tropics. But in the meantime, high pressure for next week should start to roll in. We just want to keep an eye on this area of rain later next week. It could form another low. So it's a busy time of the year. We're sort of transitioning into a more autumn-like pattern, at least in the Southern Ocean. That's now going to start to affect the South Island a wee bit more, but probably not so much until March. Until then, we've still got some warm days on the way. That's all from me. We'll update you again on Monday. Have a great weekend.